Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tom. Today's video on Throw Everything You Know About Deer Hunting Out is going to be about deer yards. So hang on till the end of this video and maybe you'll pick up some tips on what to look for in a deer yard and how to locate a deer yard, and hopefully this will help you put a big buck on your meat pole. Step one would be to go out in February and March to scout for this deer yard. What you want is lots of snow. If you've got 2 to 3, 4 feet of snow, even better. It really makes the deer yard easier to find. But don't go into that deer yard the first couple of weeks of your hunting season. Wait until there is at least 12 inches of snow on the ground. And what that'll do is that'll start bringing the deer in from the back country, and they'll start filtering in to their regular yarding area. And what that does is the does will come in first, and then you'll have your bucks in there. And it just brings your deer in from the big woods. Like I said in earlier videos, I have 100 square miles around my cabin. So obviously I cannot hunt 100 square miles. But I can hunt 2 square miles around a bog, a deer yard. And if you can get the 2 in 1, you've got a great spot for deer hunting. Don't chase the deer when you're in a deer yard. They got enough stress on them for the winter time, so leave them alone. All you're out to do is to locate a deer yard. Step 2, after you have located this deer yard, is to go back the following summer, scout it out as much as you can, and stay away from scouting it close to deer season. Step 3 is don't go anywhere near that deer yard in hunting season until there is at least 1 foot of snow on the ground. After you have 1 foot of snow on the ground, then your does and stuff like that will start working their way into the deer yard for the winter time. So if you get in there ahead of time, you will spook them and just create an atmosphere that will slow them down, especially the big buck on wanting to come in. So stay away from that deer yard until you have 1 foot of snow on the ground. And then once the does start working in, it won't be long after that that the bucks will be in there, and you will be finding fresh scrapes and fresh rubs and stuff like that, because sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 bucks that come into that deer yard after those does. Step 4 is watch the weather. Learn the weather. Learn how to read the weather yourself. Get as many weather stations as possible. And then learn how to read the weather so that you know the very best time to sit in that tree stand. And only sit in those tree stands a very minimal amount of time. Try not to sit there all day long. Try to sit there at the best times of day that deer would be moving. A lot of times that's the last half hour before sunset. And, you know, first thing in the morning. They also move at noon, so there's 3 good times to be sitting out there. But try to limit your time out there. And if you get 3, 4 days in a row of foul weather, rain and wind and stuff like that, then it is a perfect time on that 3rd and 4th day when the storm finally breaks to get yourself out in that tree stand. Remember, this is all after a foot of snow. Once the foot of snow comes, the deer will start mulling in there, and you should be right into the high part of the rut, and that should really help you in knocking down a buck. Step 5 is the best one of all. Step 5 is, now you got to shoot that big buck. Watch for your does to come through. They'll be first, and then the big old buck will be coming through right after that. So hopefully that'll help you put a big buck on your meat pole. So enjoy the day, and I will see you on the next one.